Hi, guys. Right, we're doing cancer this time. I hope you went and made sure you understand mitosis. Right, so what we're going to know at the end of this lesson is what is cancer? When is it cancer? And when is it not cancer? Also, what causes cancer and possible treatments for cancer. Okay, what is cancer? Please, you need to know this definition. It is abnormal uncontrolled cell division. One, two marks. Abnormal, uncontrolled. Please, those are marks you will be asked, and they'll give away if you just know them. All right. It forms a tumor. Now, tumor is when you are having a cell undergoing mitosis more than it should. It's lost, that's full stop at the end. So it's making another cell and it's making another cell. So it eventually you have many more of this particular cell that is needed for a particular process. So if you were making pancreatic cells and you need 15 of them to release a certain amount of insulin, and the pancreas is this particular size because it only has so many cells. And when the one is old and it's worked, it replaces itself just by itself in normal mitosis. If something happens and it replaces it by a friend, so now there are two of them where there was one, two things can happen. The cell then forms a tumor, but you get two types of tumors. You get a benign one or a malignant one. Benign means it's making identical copies of itself over and over and over again, and they all sit squashed into the same space. And eventually it makes a little blob, and it usually has a cell lining over it like an extra membrane, which then can cause a problem because now it's growing out of its normal space. It either blocks a nerve or it blocks a vein, which then causes problem inside the organism. And you pick up a problem because there is this tumor that's giving you headaches. And if you remove the tumor, you'll be okay because it just has too many friends. Or it can be malignant, which is cancerous, which means this fellow is not like its friend. It has bits of resemblance to the friend, but it isn't the same. It has copied incorrectly, which means it can actually escape this little block because if the friends all look the same, they tend to stay the same. Many of them, but they're all the same friends. And that would be a benign tumor. It can get bigger and bigger and bigger, but it's not cancerous. It's cancerous when they are abnormal, uncontrolled cells that do not look like the original. So it's made a copy, but it did something wrong. And apoptosis didn't take place because what was copied wasn't enough for the cell to realize that there was a problem. So the first cell that was divided was fine, and it had one little 3 instead of an 8. And another one had a 3 instead of, and eventually, by the time they realized that they are all the 8s have been replaced by 3s, this cell has now escaped where it came from, and it's moved into different parts of the body. Now that is called a malignant or a cancerous growth. What causes this? We're going to check out examples of things that have happened. Here you can see this is a cancerous growth. It is not a tumor because it doesn't look like the original cell. It's a blob, but it doesn't look like the original cell. You can't just cut it off. This one is cancerous and it might have spread. We will go on to that. And here you can see teeth and horrible gum infections. Also, it doesn't look like the same gum that has grown an extra bit on. It looks different. All right, what causes cancer? Now, increasing age can cause cancer. And what is that? Go back, our photocopy machine. It ain't working. That's the problem. As long as we make that photocopy machine copy properly, increasing age, you cannot stop the copy from losing a bit of its original brightness. But if you make the ink you put into your machine work and you keep on doing healthy things, your age shouldn't affect it that well or that fast. Okay, environmental causes. Now, that will be something like pollutants in the air or in the water. And I'll explain to you how it causes cancer. Remember, we said cancer is when you've got mitosis taking place and you have the DNA that's now pulled. And Tani Anna is pulling it. But what is she pulling? She's pulling a copy of your genetic information, of that recipe book, of that original vanilla cupcake. But if something has changed the vanilla cupcake to 3 teaspoons of salt instead of 1, she's still going to carry on pulling the vanilla cupcakes to the one side and the other side. But now the recipe has changed. And what makes the recipe change is things that change the DNA. And the DNA is changed by environmental factors. Remember when we did the chemistry of life? We said you need certain atoms, and when we did vitamins and we did minerals, you need certain atoms to join up to make your proteins. But if we have a shortage of those atoms, or we have too many of them, that particular molecule isn't built properly. And as soon as you don't build it properly, it gives the instruction of 1 teaspoon of sugar, it turns into 3. And that's where it goes wrong. The same thing that's what environmental causes. Sunlight, it comes in, the radiation comes and it breaks your whole protein section. All the beads in your DNA, it just breaks a section out. So that instruction, it doesn't even have salt in it, this recipe. And it goes on. And that is what causes it. Chemicals, carcinogens. Carcinogens are chemicals that cause cancer. And from chemistry of life, if you take a certain atom and you bind it chemically to another atom, it makes a molecule which can be cancerous. Remember peroxide. If we don't have the right enzymes, because we haven't eaten the right atoms in our food, we will end up with a carcinogen, is a chemical that causes cancer, which means it breaks down the recipe book. Radiation, as I said, you have ultraviolet rays that comes in from your sunlight, X-rays. If you go and have X-rays done, X-rays are also damaging. They've done tests. Even if you go for an X-ray of your teeth for 2 weeks, your blood cells, you can pick up that some of those blood cells have been changed. The cells themselves, new ones are made in your bone marrow. So it's not as if those can go through mitosis. And talking about blood cells, oh, nature is marvelous. Blood cells don't undergo mitosis. They're one of the few cells that don't. They don't have a nucleus. They are made from scratch in your bone marrow every single time. Every little bone marrow is made from, a little blood cell is made from scratch. But your bone marrow comes from your original template or your original cell that has to be photocopied. So the copy of the bone marrow has to be correct in order to make a successful red blood cell. But the reason red blood cells don't undergo mitosis is because they are so busy all the time. They can be affected by radiation. And if they had to get an effective radiation, it would just die. The blood cell dies. But if it had to undergo mitosis and the wrong one went mitosis, we wouldn't get past 3 years old. All right. So X-rays, nuclear, that's a problem that we can have if you stand in front of things that give nuclear radiation off. That can be at a nuclear power plant. Also, please remember that microwaves give off waves that are not good for you. So don't stare with your little eye at a microwave because it can affect your DNA in your cells and that will affect your photocopy machine. All right. And then viruses. Viruses can cause cancer of your stomach. They thought originally they couldn't, but they can, because viruses also have the unique ability. When we get to viruses aren't like cells. They don't undergo mitosis. They need to get into your cell and take over your working, the whole recipe. They literally come in and they take over your restaurant and they bring in purple dye, literally purple dye. And all you end up doing is making purple cupcakes that nobody wants to buy. So they will come in and then give you cancer because they changed the recipe to purple dye. That can be happened. And then inherited genes like breast cancer, well, there you just start off with a bummer. The genes are wrong. The genes instruction on the genes already say it doesn't have your necessary full stop at the end, or it's missing a part. And that's where genetic engineering is so brilliant. They can take out the part that it's doubling, or they can add a part and they can give you the necessary bone marrow transplant, which transplanting the bone marrow means giving a whole new recipe book. So that can happen. Treatments we have are the following. So you have something here on your brain and it's keep on getting headaches. They do the x-rays and they see it's a tumor. Tumor is a growth that's lots of cells that you do not want there. Now the first step is you have to see if it's benign or malignant. Right, so they do something called a biopsy. And a biopsy is they literally take out a few of the cells. And when we were doing the cell, I explained to you that every cell has a specific shape. Every cell has specific proteins on it so that you know this is a liver cell, this is a pancreatic cell. So they will do a biopsy and they will take out that cell and compare it to a cell on the other side of this particular body, or if they know where it is supposed to be in the body, they take it and compare it to what they know it should look like. If it looks the same as all the other cells, but there are just too many of them, they will say it's a benign tumor. They can remove it and you should be okay. It might grow back, but they can watch it. If, however, they take those cells out and they do not look the same, they have a different shape, they have made themselves their own proteins, then it's considered malignant, which is a cancerous cell. They will then go and they will do the next step is different therapies, radiotherapy or chemotherapy. That's your next step up. Radiotherapy is where you go for radiation. What they do is just like we said, that causes cancer. It changes the shape and the DNA of the cells. So what they do is they know where this particular biopsy is. Say you have the biopsy was done, or they know where the cancer is. They will then target that particular specific area with radiation, trying to kill the cells. Now, cancer cells actually grow faster than all the other cells in your body. So the radiation will feed the cancer cell faster. That cell will hopefully then die because you change the DNA of the cancer cell so that it cannot make a new friend. That's the aim of the object. It unfortunately does affect normal body cells, and then affecting the normal body cell will make the person feel bad because your body is fighting this unknown entity in it, and it will become nauseous and you will really feel bad. If that doesn't work and they see the cells are still growing, they start another process, which is called chemotherapy. And chemotherapy is literally where they put a drip in your arm and they drip poison into the body. And as I mentioned earlier, your cancer cells are the fastest growing cells in your body. Some people are riddled in cancer and they are skinny as beans because the cancer cell is absolutely a parasite. It sucks you empty. So it will feed first. So if you put poison into the body, it will suck the poison up first. And that's the method behind the madness. And it sometimes works. But why does your hair fall out? Why do you feel nauseous? Because hair is very sensitive to any changes. That's why they do pull out your hair and do tests and say, okay, this runner had this toxin in it. Because the hair absorbs many of the toxins in anything you've eaten. They can do tests on your hair to see how healthy you are. Now, the same thing happens with chemotherapy. You absorb the toxins and your hair will fall out and you will start feeling nauseous. That, unfortunately, is it. If all of that fails, surgery is the last one. They cut out what they can. If they can't and it has metastasized, that means it's moved from where it originated to different parts of the body. It becomes very difficult to treat it. And then you have stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, depends on how far it's moved from its position of origin and how many different parts of the body it has affected. All right, so that is the type of treatment. We're trying more and more natural treatment. And once again, let's get back to our photocopy machine. Some people have completely refused to take radiation, completely refused to do any chemotherapy. They just decided to feed their copy machine the proper stuff. And if you feed your strong cells the proper stuff, eventually, and it has worked, that the good cells, because the bad cells do not want the good food, so the good cells eventually take over and the bad cells then go into remission. And a traditional is the kankerbossie, which is almost like a chemotherapy type of treatment, which they use, which gets ground up and drunk like a tea, which is also found to be reasonably helpful in certain ways. Okay, so now we've done why is mitosis, why is cell division important, what happens when cell division goes wrong. Our next section is we're going up to tissues. We had the cell, we made another cell, because we know more than one cell gives you a tissue, and tissues give you organs, and organs give you organ systems, and you have your organism. So that we have now made the cell, we have now seen how to make another cell, we have seen what goes wrong. So our next module is all about plant tissues and animal tissues. Okay, so please make sure you understand all of this, and I'll see you in the next lesson.